Most men over 50 don't realize something is quietly changing inside their body. Not suddenly, not dramatically, just slowly. And by the time they notice, years have already passed. It starts with fatigue, then stiffness in the morning, less drive, less energy, and something else. Something most men feel but very few talk about openly. The truth is, your cardiovascular system, your pelvic floor, and your circulation are all connected. And when one suffers, everything suffers. But here is what most men are never told. You do not need expensive treatments or complicated protocols. 5 simple exercises done consistently at home can meaningfully improve your blood flow, your stamina, and your erectile health. Not overnight, but over weeks, the difference becomes hard to ignore. Let's talk about why this happens first, because understanding the cause changes everything. After 50, the walls of your blood vessels gradually lose elasticity. Blood moves slower. Circulation to peripheral areas, including the pelvic region, becomes less efficient. At the same time, the pelvic floor muscles weaken from years of sitting, inactivity, and poor posture. Most men don't even know they have a pelvic floor. But those muscles control more than you think: bladder function, core stability, and yes, erectile strength and duration. And then there's nitric oxide, a molecule your body produces naturally to relax blood vessels and increase blood flow. After 50, nitric oxide production drops significantly. Exercise, specific types of exercise, is one of the most powerful natural ways to restore it. So here are the 5 exercises. Simple, proven, and you can start today. The first one surprises most men. It is called the Kegel. And before you dismiss it, listen carefully. Kegel exercises directly strengthen the bulbocavernosus muscle. That muscle controls blood flow into erectile tissue and helps maintain rigidity. Studies have shown that consistent pelvic floor training can significantly improve erectile function in men with lifestyle-related issues, comparable in some cases to certain medications. Here is how to do it. Sit or lie down comfortably. Tighten the muscles you would use to stop urinating midstream. Hold for 3 seconds. Release slowly. That is 1 repetition. Do 10 repetitions 3 times a day. Nobody can see you doing it. You can do it at your desk, in your car, anywhere. The only requirement is consistency. Now, the second exercise changes your entire cardiovascular baseline. Walking. But not casual walking. Zone 2 walking. This means walking at a pace where you can speak in short sentences, but you are slightly breathless. 20 to 30 minutes, 5 days a week. That pace specifically, not too slow, not too fast, triggers your endothelial cells, the cells lining your blood vessels, to release nitric oxide. Consistently. Naturally. Over time, this rebuilds vascular elasticity that years of sedentary living have eroded. Men who adopt this habit alone often report noticeably better energy levels within 3 to 4 weeks. Not dramatic, but real and sustainable. Here is where it gets interesting. The third exercise targets something most fitness programs completely ignore in older men: hip flexor mobility and glute activation. When you sit for hours every day, your hip flexors tighten and your glutes shut down. This restricts blood flow to the entire pelvic region. It creates what physiologists sometimes call dead butt syndrome, and it affects far more than your posture. The exercise is the glute bridge. Lie flat on your back, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Slowly push your hips upward, squeezing your glutes at the top. Hold for 2 seconds. Lower slowly. Repeat 15 times. Do 3 sets. This activates the glute muscles, opens compressed pelvic blood vessels, and begins restoring circulation to areas that have been starved of blood flow for years. It also strengthens the posterior chain, your lower back, hamstrings, glutes, which directly supports pelvic health and reduces the chronic tension that disrupts circulation. Pause for a moment and think about this. Everything being described here is connected. Your heart, your vessels, your pelvic muscles, your hormones, they are not separate systems. They communicate constantly. When one improves, the others respond. That is the principle behind the fourth exercise. Deep diaphragmatic breathing combined with light resistance, specifically bodyweight squats. Squats are one of the most powerful hormonal and circulatory exercises a man can do. They engage the largest muscle groups in the body, the quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes. Large muscle activation dramatically increases circulation, signals testosterone production, and floods the body with growth factors that support vascular repair. Here is the modified version for men over 50. Stand with feet shoulder-width apart. Lower slowly, 3 seconds down. 2-second pause at the bottom. Push up through your heels. Breathe out on the way up. Do 10 repetitions. Rest 90 seconds. 3 sets. That is it. If your knees are sensitive, lower your range of motion. Even a partial squat activates the same systems. The goal is not depth. The goal is consistency and blood flow. The fifth exercise is the one men least expect. Yoga. Specifically, one pose. The happy baby pose combined with the low lunge stretch. This is not about flexibility. This is about something called venous return, the flow of blood back toward the heart from the lower body and pelvic region. When the inner groin, hip adductors, and pelvic floor are chronically tight, blood pools, circulation stagnates. The tissues that depend on fresh, oxygenated blood become deprived. The low lunge stretch. One knee on the ground, the other foot forward, hips pressed gently downward, directly opens the hip flexors and groin. Hold each side for 45 seconds. Breathe slowly. Do this daily, ideally in the morning. The happy baby pose. Lying on your back, knees drawn toward your chest, hands holding the outer feet, decompresses the lower spine and sacral region, releasing tension that chronically restricts pelvic nerve and blood supply. These two poses together, done for 5 minutes every morning, begin to fundamentally change pelvic circulation patterns. It takes 3 weeks to feel it, but men who do it consistently report the difference clearly. Here is the part most health content never tells you. None of these exercises works in isolation. The power is in the combination. Kegels rebuild the internal muscle layer. Zone 2 walking rebuilds the vascular system from the inside. Glute bridges restore pelvic blood flow mechanics. Squats drive hormonal and circulatory improvement throughout the whole body. And the mobility work removes the physical restrictions that have been blocking everything else. Together, they form a complete system, one your body already understands, one it was built to respond to. The men who improve their health after 50 are not the ones who find a miracle solution. They are the ones who stop waiting for one. They are the ones who choose consistency over intensity. They are the ones who start small, 10 minutes a day, and build from there. Your body at 50 is not broken. It is simply waiting for the right signals. Give it those signals, repeatedly, patiently, and it will respond in ways that will surprise you. The work is quiet, the progress is real, and it starts the moment you decide that this is still worth fighting for.